Zara looked out from her spaceship's window. Below her, the blue and green planet sparkled like a jewel in the dark of space. It was Earth, a world she had long dreamed of visiting. She had traveled from a distant planet called Lyra, where her people lived in cities made of shining metal. They had no idea how humans lived or how they made new life. This made Zara very curious. As the spaceship began to land, Zara felt a mix of excitement and nervousness. She had studied humans for many years, but now she would finally see them up close. The spaceship touched down softly on a patch of grass in a quiet forest. The trees were tall, and bright flowers bloomed everywhere. The air smelled fresh and sweet. Zara took a deep breath, filling her lungs with the new sense of Earth. After making sure everything was in order, Zara opened the door of her spaceship. The door hissed as it slowly lifted, revealing the bright sunlight. Zara stepped out carefully, her heart pounding with anticipation. She looked around, taking in the beauty of the forest. Birds chirped happily in the trees, and a gentle breeze rustled the leaves. Zara felt a sense of wonder as she realized she was standing on a planet full of life. Zara wore a simple suit made of light fabric that changed color to match her surroundings. This helped her blend in, which she thought might make the humans feel more comfortable. She knew that humans could be frightened of things they did not understand, so she wanted to be as friendly as possible. As she walked away from her spaceship, Zara heard a sound nearby. It was the sound of laughter. Curious, she followed the sound, her heart racing with excitement. After a short walk, she came upon a small clearing where a group of children played. They were running around, chasing each other and laughing joyfully. Zara smiled, feeling happy to see their carefree spirit. The children noticed her and stopped playing. They stared at her with wide eyes, their faces showing a mix of surprise and fear. Zara remembered her training. She knew she had to show them she was not a threat. So she waved gently and smiled warmly. "Hello," she said, using the translation device in her ear. The children looked at each other, unsure of what to do. One brave child, a girl with bright red hair, stepped forward. "Who are you?" she asked, her voice shaking a little. Zara felt a wave of relief. The child was talking to her, which was a good sign. "I am Zara," she replied. "I come from another planet. I want to learn about you and how you live." The children's eyes widened even more. They had never met an alien before, and the idea fascinated them. Zara took a step closer, keeping her hands open and visible to show she meant no harm. "I want to know how you make new life," she said. The children exchanged glances, and Zara could see they were curious, but still a little scared. Suddenly, a woman appeared at the edge of the clearing. She looked worried and called out to the children, "What are you doing? Come back." When she saw Zara, her eyes widened in shock. "Who is that?" she exclaimed. Zara took a deep breath. "Hello," she called out to the woman. "I am Zara from Lyra. I mean no harm. I am here to learn about human reproduction." The woman looked confused, but Zara's gentle tone seemed to ease her fears. The woman slowly walked closer. "Reproduction. Why do you want to know about that?" she asked, her voice cautious. Zara explained, "On my planet, we do not reproduce like you do. I want to understand the beauty of how humans create life." The woman looked thoughtful. "Well, that's a big question. It's not just about science. It's about love and connection, too." Zara nodded, excited to learn more. As they talked, the children began to feel more at ease. They gathered around Zara, asking her questions. "Can you fly in the sky?" one boy asked, eyes sparkling with excitement. "Yes, I can," Zara replied with a smile. "I can travel to the stars." The woman, now more relaxed, introduced herself as Maya. "If you want to learn about humans, you should come to our town. There is much to show you," she said. Zara felt a surge of happiness. This was exactly what she wanted. "Thank you, Maya. I would love to visit your town," Zara replied. The children cheered, Excited at the idea of having an alien visitor, Zara felt warmth in her heart. She knew this was just the beginning of her adventure on Earth. As they started walking back to the town, Zara looked up at the sky. The sun was shining brightly, and she felt grateful to be on this amazing planet. She couldn't wait to learn everything she could about humans and their wonderful ways of life. First contact. As Zara walked through the forest with Maya and the children, she felt excited about her new adventure on Earth. The trees were tall, their leaves rustling gently in the wind. The sunlight peeked through the branches, casting playful shadows on the ground. Zara listened to the sounds of nature, and everything felt alive around her. After a short walk, they reached the edge of a small town. Zara looked at the houses with curiosity. They were colorful, with flowers in front yards. People were moving about, some chatting with friends, while others worked in their gardens. Zara's heart raced with excitement. She was finally here among humans. Maya led the way, and the children ran ahead, eager to show Zara their town. As they entered the town square, Zara felt a mixture of joy and nervousness. Many people were gathered, and they turned to look at the strange visitor. Zara took a deep breath and tried to remain calm. She knew that first impressions were important. "Everyone, this is Zara," Maya called out, raising her hand to get everyone's attention. "She is from another planet and wants to learn about us." The crowd was silent for a moment, their eyes wide with surprise and curiosity. Zara could feel their gazes on her, making her heart race. One brave man stepped forward. He was tall and had a friendly smile. "Welcome, Zara. My name is Tom. What do you want to know?" His voice was warm, and Zara felt a little bit of her nervousness fade away. "Thank you, Tom," Zara replied, her voice steady. "I want to understand how humans reproduce. I have learned about your emotions and connections, but I need to know more about how new life begins." The crowd murmured, and Zara could see some people exchanging looks. Some seemed uncomfortable with the topic, while others were curious. Tom nodded, understanding the importance of her question. "That is a big topic, but we can help you understand," he said. A woman in the crowd raised her hand. "What do you already know about humans?" she asked. Zara thought for a moment. "I know that humans love and care for each other. I have seen how they create families," she said, remembering the stories Maya had shared during their walk. Maya stepped forward again. "We can start by explaining how relationships work. Love is a big part of how humans connect." The crowd began to gather closer, their curiosity growing. Zara felt a warm sense of welcome wash over her. "Love is a feeling," Tom explained. "It brings people together. When two people love each other, they form a bond that can last a lifetime." Zara listened carefully, fascinated by the way humans express their feelings. Another person in the crowd spoke up, "And when two people decide to have a family, they come together in a special way." Zara nodded, eager to learn more. Tom continued, "When a man and a woman love each other, they may decide to have children. This usually starts with a close relationship." Zara's eyes widened in interest. She had read about this process, but wanted to understand it in more depth. Maya added, "It's not just about the physical part. It's about trust, respect, and a deep connection." Zara felt grateful for their honesty. She knew this was an important part of her learning journey. As they spoke, Zara asked questions, trying to grasp the complex emotions that humans felt. "What do you feel when you are in love?" she asked. The crowd fell silent for a moment as everyone thought about the question. Tom smiled softly. "When you love someone, you feel happiness and warmth. You want to be with them and support them." Zara nodded, understanding that love was more than just a biological need. It was an emotional bond. One of the children spoke up. "And when you have a baby, it's very special. You get to take care of them and watch them grow." Zara smiled at the child's excitement. "Yes, I have seen families care for their young ones. It is a beautiful thing." The conversation continued, with people sharing their own experiences of love and family. Zara listened intently, her heart filling with warmth as she learned about their joys and struggles. She felt a connection to these humans, even though they came from different worlds. As the sun began to set, casting a golden glow over the town square, Zora realized that she had found something precious. She had come to learn about reproduction, but she was also discovering the deeper meaning of love and family. "Thank you for sharing your stories with me," Zora said, her voice full of gratitude. "I feel honored to learn from you." The crowd smiled, their faces showing warmth and acceptance. Maya beamed with pride. "You are one of us now, Zora. We welcome you to our community." Zora felt her heart swell with joy. This was just the beginning of her journey, and she was excited to learn more about humans and their ways of life. As the evening air grew cooler, Zora looked around at the friendly faces. She knew she would remember this day forever. She had made her first contact with humanity, and it filled her with hope for the adventures that lay ahead. Learning about humans. The next day, Zora woke up early, filled with excitement. She had met so many friendly people in the town, and now she was eager to learn more about humans and their lives. The sun was shining brightly, and the birds were singing sweetly outside her window. Zora got ready for her day, adjusting her colorful suit that helped her blend in with her surroundings. Maya arrived to take Zora on a tour of the town. "Today you will learn more about our daily lives," she said with a smile. Zora felt a rush of happiness. She was ready to explore and understand how humans lived. As they walked through the town, Zora noticed the simple things that made human life special. They passed by a bakery, and the delicious smell of fresh bread filled the air. Zora's stomach rumbled, and Maya laughed. "You should try some. It's one of our favorite foods." They entered the bakery, and Zora watched as the baker worked with flour and dough, shaping it into bread. The baker smiled at Zora and offered her a warm roll. "Thank you," Zora said, taking the small bite. The bread was soft and warm, and she loved the taste. "This is amazing. Food is an important part of life for humans, isn't it?" "Yes," Maya replied. "We gather with family and friends to share meals. Food brings us together." Zora nodded, understanding that sharing meals was not just about eating. It was about connection. After leaving the bakery, they walked to the town park. Families were enjoying the sunny day, playing games, and laughing together. Zora watched a group of children flying kites, their faces full of joy. She felt her heart swell at the sight. "Why do they fly kites?" she asked Maya. "It's a fun activity," Maya explained. "It brings people together and allows them to enjoy the outdoors." Zora smiled, watching the kites dance in the sky, and she felt a sense of joy from the happiness around her. As they continued their tour, Zora and Maya visited a local school. The building was filled with laughter and chatter. Students were busy learning and playing together. Zora felt curious about how humans learn. "What do they study?" she asked. "They learn many things: math, science, history, and art," Maya explained. "Education is important for us." Zora watched as a teacher guided her students through an art project. She admired how the children expressed themselves through colors and shapes. "Can I join?" Zora asked, her eyes shining with excitement. Maya smiled. "Of course. Let's ask the teacher." They entered the classroom, and Maya introduced Zora to the teacher, who welcomed her warmly. Zora joined the children in creating colorful drawings. She felt a rush of happiness as she expressed her own creativity, using bright colors to depict the beauty of her home planet. The children cheered for her, and Zora felt a sense of belonging. After the art class, Maya suggested they take a break at a nearby cafe. They ordered cold drinks and sat at a table outside. Zora watched people walk by, noticing how they greeted each other with smiles and waves. "Humans seem to enjoy being around each other," Zora said. "Yes, we value friendships and connections," Maya replied. "They bring joy to our lives." Zora thought about how different this was from her home, where emotions were often kept private. She admired the way humans expressed their feelings openly. Once they finished their drinks, Maya took Zara to a community center. Here, people gathered to learn new skills and share hobbies. Some were sewing, while others were playing musical instruments. Zara was amazed by the variety of activities. "What are they doing?" she asked. "They are sharing their talents," Maya explained. "We learn from each other and help each other grow." Zara felt inspired by the sense of community and cooperation. She realized that humans cherish their connections, working together to create something beautiful. As the day went on, they met many more people and learned about different cultures and traditions. Zara was fascinated by the diversity of human experiences. Each person had a unique story to tell, and Zara felt lucky to hear them. Later, as the sun began to set, Zara and Maya sat on a bench in the park. The sky was painted with shades of orange and pink, and the air was cool and pleasant. Zara reflected on everything she had learned. "Thank you for showing me your world," she said to Maya. "I have seen so much beauty today." Maya smiled warmly. "I am glad you enjoyed it. There is still so much more to learn." Zara nodded, her heart full of excitement. She had come to Earth to learn about reproduction, but now she realized that understanding humans was much more than that. It was about love, friendship, and sharing experiences. As they watched the sun dip below the horizon, Zara felt a sense of peace. She knew she had found a special place among the humans. They had welcomed her with open arms, and she felt grateful for their kindness. Tomorrow, Zara would continue her journey to understand human reproduction. But today had shown her the heart of humanity, the connections that bind them together. She felt eager to discover more about this incredible planet and its people. Exploring relationships. The next day, Zara woke up with excitement. She had learned so much about human life, but now she wanted to focus on the most important part of being human: relationships. Love and connection were essential, and Zara was eager to understand how they formed and grew. Maya met Zara in the morning, ready to continue their journey. "Today, we will meet couples and families," she said with a smile. "You will learn how humans connect with each other." Zara felt a rush of joy. She was ready to dive into the heart of human emotions. Their first stop was a local cafe where couples often met. The cozy place was filled with laughter and chatter. Zara looked around, observing the couples sharing drinks and stories. Some were holding hands, while others leaned in close, whispering to each other. She felt warmth in her heart as she watched them. Maya pointed to a couple sitting at a corner table. "Let's talk to them. Their names are Lisa and Mark." Zara approached the couple with Maya, feeling a mix of nervousness and excitement. "Hello," Maya greeted them. "This is Zara, and she wants to learn about human relationships." Lisa and Mark smiled warmly at Zara, inviting her to sit with them. "Hi, Zara," Lisa said. "It's nice to meet you. What would you like to know?" Zara took a deep breath. "I want to understand how you love each other. What makes your relationship special?" Mark looked at Lisa and smiled. "We support each other through good times and bad. We are best friends," he said. Lisa nodded, adding, "Love is about trust. We share our dreams and fears. It makes our bond strong." Zara listened closely, feeling the deep connection between them. She realized that love was built on understanding and respect. "What do you do together?" Zara asked, curious about their daily lives. "We enjoy cooking, going for walks, and watching movies," Lisa replied. "Spending time together is important." Zara nodded, taking mental notes. She understood that sharing experiences was a big part of human relationships. As they talked, Zara noticed how the couple looked at each other. Their eyes sparkled with affection, and Zara felt touched by their bond. "How do you handle disagreements?" she asked, wanting to learn more. Mark smiled softly. "We talk openly about our feelings. It's okay to disagree, but we listen to each other. We always try to find a solution together." Zara admired their approach. Communication seemed to be the key to their strong relationship. After chatting with Lisa and Mark, Zara thanked them for sharing their story. "You have shown me what love looks like," she said sincerely. They waved goodbye, and Zara felt inspired by their connection. Maya suggested they visit a nearby park where families often gathered. As they walked, Zara saw children playing, parents laughing, and families enjoying picnics. It was a beautiful sight, full of joy and love. In the park, they met a family of 4, a mother, father, and 2 kids. The parents were setting up a picnic while the children played tag nearby. "Hi there," Maya greeted them. "This is Zara, and she is learning about humans." The mother smiled warmly. "Hello, Zara. I'm Sarah, and this is my husband, Jake." Zara waved, excited to meet them. "What is it like to be a family?" Zara asked, eager to learn more. Jake replied, "Being a family means caring for each other. We support our kids and teach them about life." Sarah added, "We also have fun together. Family time is very important." Zara felt a sense of warmth as she watched the family interact. "Do you have any special traditions?" Zara inquired. "Yes," Sarah said enthusiastically. "Every Sunday we have a family game night. We play board games and enjoy snacks together. It's a time to bond and have fun." Zara smiled, understanding that traditions helped families stay connected. The children ran over, curious about Zara. "Are you an alien?" one of them asked, eyes wide with wonder. Zara chuckled softly. "Yes, I am. I come from another planet. I am here to learn about humans." The kids gasped in excitement, and Zara felt their energy fill the air. Jake knelt down to speak with the children. "You should tell Zara about your favorite games." The kids eagerly shared their favorite games, laughing and animated as they described each one. Zara listened intently, appreciating their enthusiasm. As the sun began to set, casting a warm glow over the park, Zara realized how lucky she was to witness these moments. She saw how love and connection formed the foundation of human relationships. Families supported each other, celebrated together, and learned from one another. Before leaving the park, Zara felt a deep sense of gratitude. "Thank you for sharing your family with me," she said to Sarah and Jake. "You have shown me the beauty of love and togetherness." They smiled back, happy to have made a new friend. Walking back to Maya's home, Zara felt a sense of joy in her heart. She had learned about the many ways humans connect. Love was not just a word. It was an experience filled with warmth, trust, and support. Zara knew she would carry these lessons with her as she continued her journey. She was excited to explore more about human relationships and to understand the unique way that love brought people together. Tomorrow would bring new adventures, and Zara was ready to embrace them all. Misunderstandings. The next day, Zara woke up feeling excited. She had learned so much about love and relationships. However, she knew that not everything was perfect. Sometimes, misunderstandings could happen, and she wanted to understand this part of human life too. Maya arrived, ready for a new adventure. Today, we will explore how misunderstandings can affect relationships, she said with a serious expression. Zara nodded, curious about what they would discover. They decided to visit a community center where people gathered to talk about their problems and find solutions. When they arrived, they noticed a group of people sitting in a circle, discussing their feelings. Zara watched closely, her interest piqued. Maya introduced Zara to the group. "This is Zara, and she wants to learn about misunderstandings among humans." The group welcomed her with friendly smiles, and Zara felt a sense of warmth. One woman, named Emily, spoke up. "Sometimes we misinterpret what others say. This can lead to problems in our relationships." Zara listened carefully, wanting to understand how simple words could create big issues. Emily continued. "For example, I once told my friend that I was busy. I didn't mean to hurt her feelings, but she thought I didn't want to spend time with her." Zara's eyes widened. She could see how a small comment could cause a misunderstanding. "Did your friend talk to you about it?" Zara asked. "Yes," Emily replied. "We had a conversation, and I explained my feelings. It helped us understand each other better. Zara nodded, realizing that talking openly was essential for resolving misunderstandings. Another person in the group, a man named David, shared his story. I had a misunderstanding with my partner about house chores. I thought she would do them, and she thought I would. We both ended up feeling frustrated. The group nodded, understanding the common issue. How did you solve it? Zara asked, eager to learn. We sat down and talked about our expectations. It was important to clarify our roles, David explained. Zara admired his willingness to communicate. She realized that clear communication was vital to avoiding misunderstandings. As they listened to more stories, Zara began to understand the different ways misunderstandings could happen. Sometimes it was due to cultural differences, and other times it was simply because people did not express their feelings well. Maya noticed Zara's interest and suggested they role-play a misunderstanding scenario. Zara, you can play the role of a friend who misunderstands something. I'll be the other friend trying to explain, she said. Zara felt nervous but excited to try. They found a quiet corner in the center and began their role play. Maya approached Zara with a worried expression. Hey, I noticed you didn't want to hang out with me yesterday. Did I do something wrong? She asked. Zara thought for a moment and replied, No, I was just busy with my studies. I didn't mean to upset you. Maya acted surprised. Oh, I thought you didn't want to be friends anymore. Zara felt a rush of emotions. I'm sorry. I really like spending time with you. I just had a lot on my mind. Maya smiled, and they hugged, showing that their friendship was strong. Zara realized how quickly misunderstandings could happen, but also how easily they could be fixed with open communication. After the role play, Zara felt more confident about handling misunderstandings. The group applauded them, and Zara felt proud. She had learned something valuable. As they left the community center, Zara noticed a young couple nearby. They looked upset, and she could sense tension in the air. Maya, should we help them? She asked. Maya glanced at the couple. Maybe. Let's see what's going on. They approached the couple, who were sitting on a bench, their arms crossed. Hello, Maya said gently. We noticed you seem upset. Is everything okay? The couple looked at them, surprised. We had a fight, the woman said. I thought he didn't care about our plans, but he was just stressed about work. Zara stepped forward. Sometimes people misinterpret each other's feelings. Have you talked about it? The man sighed. I didn't realize how my stress affected her. I thought I was protecting her by not sharing my worries. Zara smiled, feeling happy to help. It's important to communicate your feelings. It can clear up misunderstandings. The couple nodded, realizing the truth in her words. Thank you, the woman said, her expression softening. We will talk about it. Zara felt a sense of satisfaction, knowing she had made a small difference. As they walked away, Maya praised Zara. You did well. You helped them see their misunderstanding. Zara beamed with pride. She had learned that misunderstandings were a part of life, but they could be resolved through honesty and open conversation. That evening, Zara reflected on her day. She had seen how easily misunderstandings could happen, but she had also learned how powerful communication could be. She felt grateful for the lessons she had received from the humans. They had shown her the importance of trust and understanding in relationships. Zara looked forward to her next adventure, eager to continue learning about the complexities of human emotions and connections. Each day brought new experiences, and she was ready to embrace them all. A new understanding. The next day, Zara woke up feeling inspired. She had learned a lot about misunderstandings and how important communication was in human relationships. Now she wanted to deepen her understanding of emotions, especially love. She knew that love could be complex, and she was eager to explore this topic further. Maya arrived at Zara's place, her face bright with enthusiasm. Today, we will talk about the different kinds of love humans experience, she said. Zara felt a rush of excitement. She had seen love between friends, families, and couples, but she wanted to learn more about the feelings that connected them. They decided to visit a local library that had many books on emotions and relationships. When they arrived, the library was quiet, filled with the soft sound of pages turning. Zora loved the smell of books and the calm atmosphere. Maya guided her to a section about emotions and relationships. As they browsed the shelves, Zora picked up a book titled The Many Faces of Love. She opened it and read about the different kinds of love: romantic love, platonic love, and familial love. Each type had its own unique qualities, and Zora found it fascinating. "Did you know that love can change over time?" Maya said, looking over Zora's shoulder. "Sometimes romantic love can grow into a deep friendship." Zora nodded, considering this idea. She had seen how relationships evolved during her time on Earth. "Can you tell me more about how love changes?" Zora asked, eager to understand. Maya smiled and began to explain. When people first fall in love, they often feel excitement and passion. But as time passes, that passion can settle into a warm, comfortable feeling. They might start to see each other as partners and best friends. Zora listened carefully, picturing the couple she had met. They spent hours in the library, discussing and learning. Zora also read about self-love, which was new to her. "What does self-love mean?" she asked Maya. "It's about accepting and caring for yourself," Maya explained. "When you love yourself, you can better love others. It helps you feel confident and happy." Zora thought about this concept. She realized that understanding oneself was an essential part of forming strong connections with others. After leaving the library, Maya suggested they visit a nearby art gallery. "Art often expresses emotions, including love. You might find it interesting," she said. Zora agreed, excited to see how humans depicted their feelings through art. When they arrived at the gallery, Zora was amazed by the colorful paintings and sculptures. Each piece told a story, and she felt drawn to the art. They walked around, admiring the different works. One painting caught Zora's eye. It was a beautiful scene of two people embracing under a starry sky. "Look at that," Zora exclaimed. "It shows love in such a beautiful way." Maya nodded, appreciating Zora's enthusiasm. "Art can capture emotions that words sometimes cannot express," she said. As they continued exploring the gallery, they stumbled upon a section dedicated to love stories. One painting depicted a family gathered together, laughing and enjoying each other's company. Zora felt a warmth in her heart. She understood that love was not just about romance, but also about family and friendship. They sat down on a bench in the gallery, taking a moment to reflect. Zora turned to Maya. "I feel like I am beginning to understand love better. It is not just one feeling, but many different emotions," she said thoughtfully. Maya smiled. "Exactly. Love is complex, and everyone experiences it differently. It can bring joy, comfort, and sometimes sadness. But it's all part of being human." Zora nodded, feeling grateful for this new understanding. She realized that love was a fundamental part of human life, shaping relationships and experiences. After leaving the gallery, they decided to take a walk in a nearby park. The sun was shining, and the gentle breeze felt refreshing. As they strolled, Zora noticed couples walking hand in hand, families playing, and friends laughing together. She felt a sense of happiness around her. Suddenly, they heard music coming from a nearby stage. A local band was performing, and people were gathering to enjoy the show. "Let's watch," Maya suggested. Zora agreed, excited to see how music could bring people together. As they listened to the lively tunes, Zora noticed how people danced and sang along. It was a celebration of love and joy, and Zora felt the energy in the air. She realized that love was not only expressed through words, but also through actions, art, and music. After the performance, Zora turned to Maya, her eyes shining. "I understand now that love is everywhere. It connects people and makes life beautiful," she said. Maya nodded, proud of Zora's progress. "Yes, love is a powerful force. It can heal wounds, build connections, and create memories. Zara felt a deep appreciation for the love that surrounded her. As they walked home, Zara reflected on her journey. She had come to Earth to learn about reproduction, but she was discovering so much more. Love, in all its forms, was a crucial part of humanity. It made people strong, happy, and connected. That evening, as Zara prepared for bed, she felt a sense of peace. She had gained a new understanding of emotions and relationships. Tomorrow, she would continue her exploration of human life, eager to learn and grow. Each day brought new lessons, and Zara was ready to embrace them all. Saying goodbye. The day had finally come for Zara to prepare for her departure. After spending weeks on Earth, she had learned so much about humanity, love, and relationships. She felt grateful for all the experiences and friendships she had made. But now, it was time to return to her home planet. Zara woke up early that morning, her heart filled with mixed emotions. She was excited to go back and share her stories with her people, but she was also sad to leave her new friends behind. As she got ready, she thought about everything she had learned. Each day on Earth had brought her new insights into human life, and she felt different, changed for the better. Maya arrived at Zara's place, her face reflecting the same mixture of emotions. "Good morning, Zara," she said softly. "I can't believe today is your last day." Zara smiled, but her eyes were filled with sadness. "I will miss you so much," Zara replied. "You have taught me about love, friendships, and the beauty of being human." Maya's eyes sparkled with tears. "I will miss you too. You have become a wonderful friend." They decided to spend the day visiting some of Zara's favorite places on Earth. First, they went to the park where they had watched a live band perform. The sun was shining, and the park was filled with laughter and joy. Zara took a deep breath, taking in the familiar sights and sounds. "Look at how happy everyone is," she said, smiling. "This place is so full of life." Maya nodded. "Yes, it is. You brought a lot of joy to this park too. You helped people see the beauty of love and friendship." Zara felt proud. She had made a difference, even if it was small. As they walked, they stopped to sit on a bench where they had often talked about their experiences. "This spot is special to me," Zara said, her voice soft. "I want to remember this moment." Maya took Zara's hand. "Let's take a picture together," she suggested. They posed together, beaming with smiles, capturing the memory of their friendship. Zara knew this photo would always remind her of the love and joy she had found on Earth. After spending time in the park, they headed to the cafe where Zara had first met Lisa and Mark. The cafe felt warm and inviting, filled with the smell of coffee and freshly baked pastries. Zara felt a wave of nostalgia wash over her. "Let's have our favorite drinks," Maya said, her eyes bright with excitement. They ordered their drinks and found a cozy table by the window. As they sipped their beverages, Zara reflected on her time at the cafe. "I learned so much about relationships here," she said, glancing at Maya. "I will never forget Lisa and Mark's story." Maya smiled. "And you taught them about friendship too. You opened their hearts to new ideas." Zara felt a warmth in her chest. She had shared her knowledge and learned from others, creating connections that would last a lifetime. After finishing their drinks, they took a moment to sit quietly, enjoying each other's company. As the afternoon approached, they headed to the community center where Zara had learned about misunderstandings. The place felt familiar, and Zara could still hear the stories of the people who had shared their experiences with her. "I will miss this place," Zara said, her voice filled with emotion. Maya squeezed her hand. "You've made a real impact here. Your kindness and willingness to learn have touched many lives." Zara felt a tear roll down her cheek. "Thank you for everything, Maya. I couldn't have done this without you." With the sun beginning to set, they walked to the art gallery one last time. The vibrant paintings and sculptures filled Zara with memories. She gazed at the painting of the couple under the starry sky. "This is love," she said softly. "I will carry this feeling with me." Maya nodded, understanding the depth of Zara's emotions. Love is powerful, and it will always be a part of you. No matter where you go, you can share it. Zara smiled, feeling comforted by her words. Finally, it was time for Zara to say goodbye. They found a quiet spot in the park, away from the crowd. "I don't want to say goodbye," Zara said, her voice trembling. "You have become my family here." Maya looked into Zora's eyes, filled with tears. "This is not the end. We will always have our memories. You can return one day, and I will be here waiting for you." Zora nodded, wiping her eyes. "I will tell my people about you and everything I learned. You have changed me, and I will always remember you." They embraced tightly, feeling the warmth of their friendship. As the sun dipped below the horizon, casting a golden glow, Zora took a deep breath. "It's time," she said softly. "I need to go home." Maya stepped back, her heart heavy. "Fly safe, my friend. Remember that you are loved." Zara smiled through her tears. "Thank you, Maya. I will carry your love with me always." With one last look at the beautiful park, Zara turned and walked towards her spaceship. She felt a mix of sadness and joy. She had discovered so much about love, friendship, and humanity. As she boarded her ship, she took one final glance at the Earth that had become so dear to her. The engines roared to life, and Zara knew she was taking a part of Earth with her, its love, its lessons, and the friendships that would last a lifetime. With a heavy heart, but a hopeful spirit, Zara set off into the stars, ready to share her incredible journey and the new understanding of what it meant to be human.